Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Kal Halal, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Honors and salutations to you, Akim, out there that's laboring in his truth and sincerity without wavering. And pretty much, this is, and the Spirit has me do shows from time to time about how Jake is just not ready. You know what I'm saying? Jake is just not ready, and you know that's why the scriptures say that the destruction shall overcome him as a thief in the night. And hey, Yahweh Shemal Shai Brakathum, Shalom to all you sincere Akim. You know, uh, this is a quick, those things on my mind and stuff. And Lord willing, I'm trying to get back into that. Because sometimes you get caught up into, you know, hell. You know what I'm saying? But you got to fight through that. In the time we in right now, like the scriptures say, knowledge and wisdom should be the stability of our time. So we gotta lean on this truth that the Lord gave us more and more, as we go. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, let me start off with Thessalonians real quick. All right. It's just like I said, it's just thoughts that's on my mind of how a lot of these niggas out here are gonna really they feeling it, but see Jake, like if Jake still could eat somehow, you know what I'm saying? Jake almost kind of like fucking rats, man, or rodents and shit. I'm talking about these niggas. These, not, of course, not brothers that's sincerely in the truth, but these niggas are like fucking rats, man. They don't mind. They'll be in a corner as long as they could go get a little bit of cheese, a little bit of something that they could eat on. You know, the house could be getting ready to be burning down. They'll stay there and let the house burn down as long as they're in their fucking little corner. You know, Jake doesn't. There's nothing that activates Jake to where they like, damn, let me stop the fuckery. Let me stop doing all the bullshit that I'm doing. You know. But anyway, now this thing's telling me he's gonna do auto install. That's all right. But anyway, let me get back to I'm gonna go to Thessalonians real quick, right? This is the book of, and we bring these scriptures out all the time, you know, almost to the point where you could call it like a broken record or whatever. But this is what we're supposed to be doing. All right, we're supposed to be, this is our job as the watchmen. We're supposed to be watching for these things, and the Lord showed us these things, and we see what's happening. You see the clip or the thumbnail tells you about what would happen if the dollar collapsed. Well, hello, if you can't see that the dollar, and we've been seeing this. I mean, high priest. I'm going back in the days. High priest Tahar, but Apostle Tahar, right? He used to do the videos like years ago, going into the money system, the super hyper inflation and so forth, and still do videos on the digital currency and all that, to the point where all these people, these naysayers, right? What I'm talking about. These naysayers who thought that we said we were crazy, we were fear mongers, and when we speak about the charagma, they said that we, going crazy. That's not what it's talking about. Now they got to speak about these things, man, because why? You forced to deal with these things, man. Just like who was it? It wasn't I forgot the Senate. Was it Biden? Was one of the senators that said, look, you're gonna be forced to rule about this, RF, what I'm saying, the MOT, right? They said you're gonna be you're forced to speak about these prophecies. You can't run from it. Like a lot of people didn't, you had different groups. I remember Zabak a lot of times he didn't really want. He kind of, which I ain't, knocking him per se, but it's the truth. Like he's one of them cats that don't want no smoke or whatever. He gonna do what he doing, and we'll let the most side. But at the end of the day, the scriptures speak about rightly dividing the word of truth. So if there's error in your doctrine, you're supposed to address that. All right, which there's a lot of error in a lot of these different Israelite groups. And through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, we constantly come out here and tell them that, look, if you're teaching that Cornelius is a Edomite, you're in error. All right, you're in error. So it's not a thing that you can't say you didn't know no more. Whether you like the men of the Lord, the men that the Most High set up out here to set those things straight. The truth is out there. You can't say that you didn't know. You can't say that you didn't know about the charagma. So a lot of y'all say, well, we ain't gonna take it anyway. If they what, man, you gonna take it because why? You're not preparing yourself. Jake is not. Even Jake, so-called in the truth, is not really ready for a change. A lot of Jake want things to stay at this same. What is the word? pace, the same like regular pace of things. You know, the way things are going. A lot of people, a lot of Jake don't really want the Lord to come back. They don't, because shit getting shooken up. When Yahweh Shai comes, shit got to get shooken up, man. That's why the scriptures speak about the sifting and things of that nature, because things got to be shooken up. You know, this is again this event. I mean, we talk about it, and maybe brothers don't really think about how important it is, or how mega a situation this is, right? How great of a changing. This is a changing of the worlds, man. This is top ultimate history, man. What's taking place now, and when the Lord come back, man, when Yahweh Shai come back, we're living in a time of a great change, a great shift. All right, the wickedness being put down, and the Lord establishing His righteous government, a whole new government. All right. So in a sense, it is going to be a great reset, but it's going to be the Most High's great reset. But anyway, let me read this in Thessalonians. I got a few scriptures, a few things, But First Thessalonians 5:1, it said, "But of the times in the season, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you." Right? Because the brethren, the real believing brethren, when you see these things with the moves that are being made by these BRICS nations, you see them fucking Moabites getting, destroying each other, doing airstrikes over there, Myanmar and all that shit. You understand that, yeah, we're in a time where the Most High is about to lay that hammer down, right? It said, "For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night." And you see clearly how that's possible, because Jake still is not sleeping with everything that's going on. Oh, even Donald Trump said some, which, well, I heard, I didn't get the clip, I didn't see the clip, but he said something about, you, here it is, you bringing all this gay shit into the school and taking the Bible out. So that's showing you the direction that it's clear as day what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's clear as fucking day what they're doing, man. And, hey, shalom to all you brothers, Akim, all you apostles, double honors, all you bishops, It's clear as day what the fuck they're doing, man. It's clear as day. So if you don't see it, then you don't have a purpose. See, we're not in the time when we're supposed to be like, well, I don't know. Or maybe the more, because if you thinking like that, right? If they implement it, you're gonna say, well, you know what? I got baby. That's why really now is not. I mean, the Lord is gonna be with you. If you're a man of the Lord, you're a man of the Lord. Let's get that straight. But in hindsight, or just saying, now ain't the time you want to be sitting there having, all these babies and children, because we're not in the time of that. That's why the scriptures say it's going right now. They should say, "Blessed is the barren," because that's less things that Satan could use against you, less things of this world that, because if you got children in this world, more than likely, unless the Lord got a heavy spirit working with you, your children gonna be demons. They're gonna grow up into this world because they mothers are of the world, right? And this is not our kingdom, so everything is dead set against us. You know what I'm saying? Everything is dead set against us right now. So with that being said, you want to have as less luggage as possible. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a man of the Lord is going, I'm not saying the Lord is not going to deliver you in your household, but there's going to be those situations. We know that, right? But what's about to happen, if you unsure, you're going to get caught right up into the shit, because you're going to be, I don't know. Well, should we, it's mandatory. Then you're going to go to that old bullshit they teach in the church, the Romans 13 false breakdown. Obey them that have rule, So look, brothers, we got it, just like they did with the jab, all right, the jump shot. And again, you can't say that you weren't warned. And you had guys that was supposed to be in the know, that was sitting up there encouraging other Israelites to do it and making videos and music, all right? And I'm talking about ISUPK and IUIC, all right? And that's a shame to you other wicked ass Israelite groups out there, because that's wickedness, man. And I haven't yet to see any videos of y'all repenting from that, man. But at the end of the day, Yahweh Shai Shai is watching everything, man. All right, Amos, the 9th chapter tell you that, right? So now, which I knew Satan was gonna do that. Out of all the times, right when I started the show, because I was using this phone to pull the scriptures up on, right? Out of all the times, and now it just started powering up, or doing that the fucking what do you call that shit? When they just take over and take over your phone and do updates that you ain't never asked them for. They ain't ever do that, right? But just bear with me, brothers. Let me get another situation because I think I took my other Bible out of here. Yeah, just bear with me for a second, man. I think I only got my small Bible up in here. Ain't nothing but Satan, man. Ain't nothing but Satan, man. Hey, y'all, but my side rock a thumb. All right, I'm gonna let this I'm gonna let this do what it's doing and get this one going. But yeah, so getting back to like what the scriptures say, we know perfectly you can't be doubting. You can't, and the scriptures say, he that doubteth is damned already. So we're not in the time to be doubting the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, because we're in the time where the Lord is going to show his power. He's making his name, he's making his presence felt. That's why things are getting shooken up all over the place. Just earlier today, right? Russia launched a nuclear missile, right? Basically, they sending warning shots because why? And we've been telling you, we've been prophesying. See, that's why at the end of the day, the word of the Lord is going to abide forever. The word of the Lord is what's going to stand. All right. We've been prophesying about Russia is going to be the main figure that the Lord is going to use to arm these other nations and to actually drop that bomb on America, which the Most High is really going to be the one that's going to drop them bombs. But the Lord said he's going to raise up the kings from the dead in Isaiah the 14th chapter. The Lord said he was going to, the Lord of hosts gathereth to the battle. He's going to gather these nations all together. So we see these things happening, man. And that's why the scriptures in what is it? Peter said, what manner of man ought you to be? If you know these things are happening, why are you sitting up there fighting against it or trying to, a lot of jakes, I'm talking about in the truth, like they don't really want to deal with what's really happening. They don't want, it's too grim. It's too, because they're invested into this world. They're invested into Babylon, to America, man. You see? And that's why the Lord had to say what he said in Isaiah the 30th chapter, man. Okay? Your trust in Egypt or your trust in Pharaoh is going to be your shame. Loosely paraphrasing it, man. Because why? A lot of our people are not really still waking up. And it tells you, we used to bring this scripture out. We used to open the camps up with Romans, 13 and 11. But now it is high time to wake out of sleep, for our salvation draweth nigh. Our salvation is nearer than when we believe. All right. Our salvation is when Yahweh Shai come back. That's what his name means. Yahweh Shai, the deliverer, right? Yahweh Shai, he's the deliverer. So that's why we wait for Yahweh Shai, because, like the prophet said, who should save me from these times? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because it's gonna get so hectic. Because you got a lot of, and Jake is still tripping. You got Jake that think that they woke, but they're not woke. Like you got some Jake that see what's going on with the financial things that's happening, right? But how are they preparing? They're preparing by what? Oh, let me invest in this other Dodge coins, crypto coins, and this, that, and the third. They thinking they're getting a leg up on. You ain't getting a leg up on shit, man. First of all, the curses is upon us, and Jake want to deny that shit. Jake that think they know stuff, and the Lord said that those curses are gonna be on you. They're gonna pursue you wherever you go, till thou art destroyed. Then the Lord said in the 68th verse, no man shall save you. All right, so that's why we need a savior. We need Yahweh Shai. That's why Yahweh Shai, when he broke those seals, right, he was praised, because nobody was found worthy to break those seals, to connect us back to the Most High the way he did. You see? Yeah, Galatians 6:3. Yeah, and you got a lot of people that are high-minded, man. But again, what's the acronym? SHTF? When the shit hits the fan, then you start seeing what people are made of, man. And that's why the Lord said he's acceptable men brought through the furnace of affliction, because why? They could take that heat. See, the things that we do, the things that we've been through, and however long your 10 years been in this truth, whether it's like the apostles 40 to 50 years, 30 years, 20 years, 15 years, 10 years, the average Jake couldn't walk in those shoes, man. All right? Because why? It's a blessing. Even though you're going through hell, you got to think Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because it's a blessing. You see? Because a lot of these, they're not worthy. Jake, the little bit of affliction, Jake just melts. They go psycho, crazy, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So Jake, and that's because why? They didn't build a foundation up on this truth, on that rock, which is Yahweh Shai. See, we're gonna reap the benefits, all them nights of study. Don't think it went in vain. All them nights, late nights studying, putting your precepts together. You know, back days we used to write, for the camp and whatever, we write the scriptures and topics or whatever, watching videos, constantly writing videos. Oh, let me research that, Wikipedia it is, Blue Letter it is, go to the strong concordance on that, go to the Zondervan, all that work and labor is not going to be in vain. The thing is, you got to make sure you hold on and endure and maintain. All right, long as you maintain and endure, and you got to pray Yahweh Shem Shai to give you that spirit, man. It's not going to be in vain. It's going to pay off in these days, because you're going to, and I see it clear as day, because I'm around Jake, 'cause I'm in this world, man. I'm working as far as, and there's other brothers, some brothers more than others, right? So which Yahweh Shai said that, right? John the 17th chapter. But I'm grateful and thankful, like you brothers are, that Yahweh Shai put up that prayer for us, though. Not that you should take them out of the world, but be with them while they're in the world, while we doing whatever we got to do to, whatever, whether it's to make ends meet or wherever you live or whatever the case is. But when you look at Jake is not ready, man. They're not ready. Like, if right now they woke up, and yeah, that's another good scripture, brother. Putting the good scriptures up there. If right now you woke up and there was a stock market crash, Jake would freak the fuck out, because and Jake don't understand. Right now they don't realize how, and I remember a lot of people, even one time my fucking demon, she seen me, this is years ago, I'm watching Euro News and other news, because we watch all kind of news, right? And why you watch it? You need to watch local. I said, what the fuck is you talking about, man? Just shut the fuck up. You understand? Because Jake don't get how all these things that are moving, the moving parts, I'll start calling it the moving parts of prophecy, which is the certain things that are going on around in these other countries. They don't understand how that's going to affect this destruction that's coming here in America. You understand? They don't get that, you see? But we do, right? And that's why the scriptures say we're not like those who are asleep, right? So now, Salaki, brothers, pardon, I had to let the phone go through whatever, because the other one didn't start up, and technical difficulties. But we back on, right? So I'm gonna read that again in Thessalonians, the 5th chapter. It says, "For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." So Jake is not going to escape. You got a lot of Jake that think that they're going to outsmart. You can't outsmart the Most High. Yeah, you might get over in this society, but you ain't getting over on the Most High. A lot of these niggas are set forth for their destruction. That's why the Most High got them blinders on them where they just can't see it. Although it's clear as day, the Most High got the blinders, because a lot of these niggas, the Lord want to kill them, man. They're not like John the Baptist spoke of fruit meat for repentance. Well, the average, all these niggas out here are not fruit meat for repentance. And when you deal with a lot of these dudes, I mean, you might see the sincerity in some, but then others right off the bat, oh, this nigga is just a nigga. He got a missile waiting for him, or the Lord got that hammer he gonna lay down on this nigga, man. This wicked, filthy, rotten ass nigga. You see all these different niggas out here, and these women. Come on, man. These women is still simple as hell, right? Still going, still bugged out, man. And the Most High, that's why I said Jake is not going to be ready, because everything that Jake stand for, right, the Lord is against. Jake stand for just straight up wickedness, man. Because why? They follow behind this devil. All right, the Most High is not against. Yep, and there go Isaiah the 30th chapter. That's right. That was one of the scriptures too. That we was quoting. Yep. Jake is not for the Most High's righteousness, man. They for what? Smoking weed, getting high, popping pills, right? Or even getting drunk all the time, right? Without a care in the world, then going committing adultery, right? Jake sit there, tattoo parties, sitting there eating all kind of abominations. They don't have no fear of the Most High, but they say that, like the Lord said, these people say they love me with they lips, but their heart is far from me. Because why? The Most High ain't dealing with all that lip service, and even that's why we got to make sure that we keep ourselves grounded, and always check ourselves, make sure we're not just giving lip service, that we're actually fulfilling the will of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai in our walk, each individual brother. You got to look yourself in the mirror, man. I mean, yeah, brothers get on you, but you should get on yourself before anybody. You should be the first one to see yourself slipping if you are slipping. Because it's going to happen. It's a battle. It's going to be certain days it ain't going to be, you know how that go, right? But now, back to the scripture, it said, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness. See, that day shall overtake you as a thief. So that's the bonus that we have, man. All right, that's the Most High looked out. That's when Yahweh Shai said, "Look, I'm there with you to the end." Well, this is Yahweh Shai being with us and keeping our minds ready, man. Right? Because the Lord said, "Watch as well as pray." You see, so in order for you to watch, you got to be awoke, right? The Lord got to open your eyes, not this fake societal wokeness, this jokeness. Really ain't even being woke is a joke, because they still can't see the truth. Whatever, all these things being said, you still got people sitting up there looking for a better day in America, man. That's why the Most High is going to destroy people. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go to Isaiah 30 real quick. I'm gonna jump around to a few more verses, but this is what we're up against, man. And these are the times that we're in. These are the times that we're in. Isaiah 30 and 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit. All right, that's speaking about our people, man. And that's why, and woe means death and destruction. And what's coming to the wicked amongst our people? Death and destruction, man. Plain and simple. It said, in that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit. All right, and the thing that they cover themselves into, whatever belief or philosophy that they hiding under, whether they calling themselves a Christian, right? The Most High ain't dealing with nobody calling these, I'm in that Christianity. That's not of the Heavenly Father. That's of this world. All right, that's of the devil. And that's a hard pill for these people to swallow. Because why? They blinded and drunk on all these different religions. Same thing with Islam, Egyptology, any of these so-called Kemetic sciences and Africanism. The Lord ain't with none of that shit. The Lord ain't with the Roman Catholic Church. He ain't with none of that. Religion, period. All right? And then let's not start talking about the Dalai Lama, all right, with his old faggot ass, man. All right, having little kids suck on his, what kind of sickness is that, man? But you'll still have our people following those beliefs. That's how gone they are. So the Lord said, woe unto them. It said that walk to go down, pardon me, that they may add sin to sin. And that's what Jake is doing. Instead of, taking this time, because there's only a little bit of time that's left in the grand scheme of things, man. If you look at the grand scheme of things, that's why days are flying by so quick. If you look back and think about 10 years, you go, oh shit, I remember that like yesterday. What Jake don't realize is that the Lord is intensifying things. Like the show I did last night, the Lord, like when you watch a movie, right, when you get towards the end, you start hearing the soundtrack, the music that's playing, you start hearing it getting all intensified when the shit's about to get ready. Well, that's what's happening, man. The Lord sent that vibration because why? The shaking has started. That's why you got all these floods in Florida. You got all kind of shit happening, man. You got all kind of shit happening. All right, Esau, they don't give a fuck if you know what they're doing. And we told you that was one of the final planks of the manifesto and the learned protocols of the elders of Zion, that now they want to say is all fake news, right? Everything is fake news when it comes to these big noses, right? These 48ers, right? Everything is false news when it comes to them. Because why? They're the Wizard of Oz, man. And Jake is still not opening their eyes. So that's why a lot of niggas is going to die, man. They just not ready. They're just not ready. Now, matter of fact, let me go, it was an article I want to bring out. Just going, excuse me. Right? It says, and this is from JVM Linden, right? I'm pretty sure, I think brother sent this article out already. It said the U.S. dollar will collapse and lose its reserve currency status, but not for a long time, years if not decades. But see, that's the thing, and that go back to matter of fact, let me get that in Obadiah real quick. I mean, Slocky, hey brother, we always rinse everything through the scriptures, man. We pick the meat from the bones of the information that's out there, and we link it with the scriptures, right? But not Obadiah, Malachi. I'm sorry, brothers. Malachi 1, and you know what? I'm gonna start at the first verse in the book of Malachi. Malachi 1:1. It said, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi, which was an Israelite, wasn't no damn heathen or nothing like that. It says, I have loved you, saith the Lord, speaking about our people, Israel, the real Israelites, right? I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? And that's what happens with Jake. Jake, that pressure get on them, and they don't understand about suffering and how the Most High is long suffering, right? How the Most High, he's bound by his word. How the Lord said he was going to judge us for disobeying his commandments, because that's what this is all about, right? Which it goes deeper than that too. It's for the Lord's purpose, right? But we broke the commandments and statutes and laws of the Most High. So he said that he was going to punish us. So now Jake sit there and try to turn, because they catching all that hell, right? Instead of saying, damn, maybe we did something wrong. That's how you should think. That's how I'm pretty sure all of you brothers think. Something happened, even you get into a fender bender, even though it might not have been your fault, but you still check yourself like, damn, am I moving right out here? Is the Most High angry at me? Right? Constantly, those are thoughts that, with me, I'm always thinking like that, because you don't want to be on the other side of the Most High's anger and wrath. You want to be in that hidden place with Yahweh Shem Shai and his everlasting mercies, man. But you got to check yourself, man. You see? You got to always check yourself. Yeah, the brother's lacing them scriptures up through the spirit. So it says, wherein hast thou loved us? So Jake, because they catch hell, they say, there ain't no God. God, hell with all that, right? I'm over here going through this. Nigga, the reason why you're going through that is because you're not paying attention to what the Lord is telling you. The Lord sent his prophets already, man. You see, the Most High, what more? That's why the Lord said, what more am I going to do? Why should you be stricken anymore? You're only going to revolt more. So now the Most High is just putting the hammer down on niggas. Niggas is just getting bodied left and right, but by various ways, man. All right? 6 million ways to die. The Lord is going to choose it for you. You don't even get to choose how you die. How about that? So how the hell you got control over yourself? You got all these niggas out there think they got it. Y'all ain't got it, man. The Lord got us out here giving it to you, his word, but y'all not hearing it. Therefore, you're going to die. All right? And you ain't got to take our word for it. All right? But we see it happening. We see throughout the Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Barak the Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, we see what the Lord is doing. The Lord's putting in work, man. And Jake is just, and things are going to slow down, like the title, abruptly, man. Like musical chairs, I like to refer it to, man. You know how musical chairs and shit, and then the record, and if you ain't got a seat, your ass is out. All right? Your ass is out. So if you don't get it, which overall, if you don't get it, the Lord ain't with you. You can't, like Yahweh Shai said, a man can receive nothing save it be given from up above, from heaven, from the Most High. You see? But now it says, was not Esau Jacob's brother? And again, you got to understand about Jacob and Esau. See, a lot of people claim to read the Bible, but some people don't even know who Esau is. Or some people, oh yeah, I heard it something. No, that motherfucker, you got to go back to that. You got to go back and really read, man. You understand? You got to read so you could get the understanding. And the Lord got to be with you, right? But it says, was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord, yet I love Jacob, and the Lord loved us. Jacob is our forefather. But right now we getting that tough love because why? We're hard-headed, all right? But it said, and I hated Esau. Esau is the father of these so-called white people today. I don't care what they want to call themselves, man. I'm talking about the real so-called white people out there, the real so-called Caucasians, so forth and so on. And Yahweh Shem Shai Barak Thumb, to all you brothers, double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops, shalom to you. It says, whereas, okay, it said, now I hated Esau and laid his mountains, and his heritage waits for the dragons of the wilderness. Because, yeah, Esau's really the so-called white man's city, his homeland is Petra, all right, Mount Seir, and the caves. That's where they had their big city, all right? And so that's why, in a sense, in the modern day times, they kind of set up America in most part like ours, like Petra, all right? because all these high rises, skyscrapers, that's against the. You ain't supposed to be building over 3 stories, but that's in his spirit, man. That's in his spirit. You see, that's in his devil's spirit. So that's why he's fulfilling who he is, Esau. So it says, whereas Edom, in Edom, Esau's name was changed to Edom, which that's where you get the word Edomite, right? Is speaking about a person of Edom, one of a Edomite, which is an Edomite, which the word Adawam means red, and it has nothing to do. Don't let these devils tell you that that means Adam. Adama, that's a different word. Adama and Adawam is 2 different words, and that's just more of the trickery of the devil. You see, and again, that's how these devils. That's how they play. You know, in Micah 2:10. Yep. Zephaniah 3. Yeah. Oh man, beautiful scriptures, Hakim. Beautiful scriptures. It says, wherefore Edom saith, we are impoverished, and they were. All right. When they was in the caves of the Caucasus Mountain, you know why you think they ain't there no more? They wasn't living it up like they are now. Now they living it up. These devils are jet setting all over the world. They got spaceship, all kind of space junk they throwing up in the sky and the universe. They done sat there and put flags and basically claimed the whole earth, right? They got the picture with the globe with the eagle on top of it, right? They up in the oat telling you where you can fly, where you can't. That's why shit is heating the fuck up, man. The Most High is about to get them up out of here, man. The Lord's about to get this devil up out of here. And anybody, like the scripture saying in Isaiah, he that is joined should be thrust through, all right? In the 13th chapter. So if you don't, get rid of that undying love that you have for this devil, then you're going to die too, man. The Lord is only coming back for the elect of Israel, man. The men that out here sincerely are sighing and crying and proclaiming his truth, man. And not afraid to confess his name too. Because the name is very important, man. And to knock on a lot of you Israelites, a lot of y'all had no problem with the Lord's name being desecrated. Y'all gonna have to, at some point, you gonna have to look in the mirror and say, damn, we did, and remember, the Most High hates sellouts, man. You go back and Nehemiah, reading Nehemiah, right? How you had forget his name, right? In the 13th chapter, selling out to these fucking heathens, man. Selling out to these guys. Nehemiah, the spirit came on Nehemiah to go down there and check all that shit. Throw that nigga shit the fuck up out of the temple. But that's how Jake is. Jake just want to sell out to the right now Esau, because Esau's the power. And you know what? And fuck all those Moabites. They getting fucked up over there. And I think they Moabites, Edomites, but these heathens ain't had no love for us anyway. So the hell with them too, And that's why Jake can sit there just like Ukraine. You have niggas that sit there and put the flag for Ukraine, and oh man, what's happening in Ukraine is fucked up, and don't even think about what the fuck is happening over here to Jake. Jake they hate themselves and love the enemy more, and these other nations, man. The Most High don't give a damn about them Ukrainians or whatever, and a lot of them are fucking Amalekites anyway. They're big noses, man. A lot of those are big noses, all right. But people will say, oh my, and you don't even know what the fuck is going on over there. That's a whole political thing. That's a whole strategic thing in which the Lord is with it, because it's bringing World War III. And that's why Russia flexed. They shot off that missile, which the Lord got them doing these things, these war games and everything, because why? It's his purpose. Going back to Zephaniah, right? Didn't the Lord say that in Zephaniah? Right? Matter of fact, I'll come back right here. Zephaniah 3, we'll go straight to the point. 3 and 8. It says, therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord. And a lot of Jake don't get that. They don't understand. We got to wait for Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We got to suffer. We got to continue to hold fast in this faith. It says, therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, until the day that I rise up to the prey. All right? Meaning this devil is going to become the prey. He was used to being a predator. Now, and he's getting preyed upon by all these other nations. And it's going to get worse. And like I said, everything trickles down, and it does affect us over on this side, man. And a lot of Jake is not going to be ready, man. A lot of Jake ain't going to know what to do. You're going to go looking for Israel. It ain't going to be no Israel, because, Some Jakes know that, like, nah, you know what? The Israelites they seem to have the answers all the time, right? But see now, Jake, because there's so many different groups out there, so some Jakes don't even know how to differentiate, what group is what. So they think all Israelites are the same, But the Most High gonna lead them all mixed up out there, because at the end of the day, just like, what is it, the Legion of Doom? I guess some clown ass, because I'm gonna call you a clown if you simple enough to follow. The scriptures say, um, uh, uh, the simple believeth all things, right? So if you simple enough to follow these new maniac, teachers or whatever, the so-called the new covenant boys or whatever, which a lot of them probably don't even know what the word covenant means. And if they do, where do they learn that from? You understand? But you got dudes that, well, look, go that way, man. All right. Yahweh Shai said, my sheep heareth my voice, they will not turn at the voice of another. And see, and again, that's because dudes be looking for ways out, and they try to justify it by attacking either the apostles, like making excuses. There's no excuses that you could go to the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for, man. All right. And somebody got to play these roles, man, of the Dayton and Datham and Corum, all these other wicked niggas, man. Hymenaeus and all these other guys. Somebody got to play these roles, man. All right. And remember, the Most High does these things, man. You see, in the spirit, for the Apostle constantly used to say for years, and we all witness to it, man. All right. It's going to be a house cleaning and GMS. That's part of the house cleaning, man. Because the scriptures say some should depart and give heed to seducing spirits. And we're seeing it. We're witnessing it. Because you see clearly dudes are bugged out, and their only mission, like all of them, is their doctrine is based on going at us personally, attacking us. And really, we ain't never did nothing to none of these niggas. We try to help them, maybe correct them or whatever. But now they gonna make all kind of lies for. And we seen this happen time and time again, man. And I'm gonna say this, man, because we're a body. We're the body of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And we can say that we're spiritually cancer survivors, man. Okay, because the both side, we got the both side took that cancer from amongst the body. Because a lot of these guys, maybe that'd be a video, man. Cancer survivors, because man, and some of these guys, we already knew that they were bugged out. Some of you like, oh shit, you was that simple. But nonetheless, beautiful, man. Beautiful. Go that way or go that way. If you know what I'm saying? Because if you're not part of this thing anyway, the Lord is gonna move you at some point anyway. So if you intrigued, like remember, Dinobot, he got intrigued by Baloo. The way he was slicing and dicing what, man? That nigga ain't even a fucking, I can't even call him a butter knife. The nigga wasn't even a spoon. He wasn't coming with no heat or nothing like that. But that's the seducing spirits, man. And listen, if you want to sit there and look at other stuff, I mean, we could tell you it's going to be a waste of time or whatever. Especially, like, here it is. If you got the truth already, why are you looking for something outside of the truth? What more do you want than the truth? So that show you how a lot of these guys be fucking gone, man. But anyway, back to Zephaniah. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, right? And we see that happening because all these situations are bringing forth this world war, right? So the Lord said, as his determination to bring forth all these nations, right? These kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation. And what's the Lord's indignation? Going back to the nuclear missiles, because those are the weapons of the Lord, man. So that's why you can never say that there's not going to be a nuclear war. First of all, who controls it, right? And if you sitting up there thinking man got control over it, then you got something else coming. And I wouldn't even be surprised over that, the missile that got launched, what was it, yesterday or the day before at Japan by North Korea. Hey, who's to say the Lord could have launched the missile and made a missile the most? We in a time where the Lord is going to be doing things, man. All right. The scriptures tell you about how when they try to establish their new world order, how the Most High is going to basically plague them. All right. So these devils, they being plagued. That's why we ain't got nothing to worry about. Remain faithful, man. Remain faithful unto death. If that's your lot for you to die in these days, so be it. The Lord is going to bring you right back up. You're going to be resurrected with all the the Lord's saints, the top holy men that perished in this knowledge, man. All right. So there's no end to the truth. There's no end to the word of the Most High. There's no end to the men of the Lord, man. All right. Now, where we was at, right? To pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So what's going to devour all the earth? Those ICBM missiles. And that's why it's no coincidence that they're back in the news like how they are. You see? Now, Malachi, I didn't finish Malachi, right? It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. And that's this devil. And it's all, and look at it. What kind of kingdom is this, man? It's nothing but construction going on all the fucking time. They're always working on the highway. They're always working on, oh, we got to recall on this. Oh, we got to, right? And they're working on all this shit, but it's still to nothing. It's still highways collapsing. You see? Because why? The Most High is not blessed, never blessed America, man. You see? But that's Esau. They're always trying to build something back up. You know, the Most High wipe shit out. They think, oh, we're going to build this back up. Just like they're trying to build like a tower, the Tower of Babel back up. Which is this devil trying to go against the Most High, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Okay? But it says, they shall build, but I will throw down. See, anything that they try to build up, the Lord is going to throw it down anyway. He's going to destroy it, right? It says, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, man. So that's how you know who the wicked is as well, because everybody, this devil's on everybody's border, man. Everywhere they go, there's nothing but wickedness going on. The situation with them Moabites or whatever the fuck they are, that's all stemmed from the United States going over there, taking over these people's countries, pushing that Babylonian juice, so to speak, on all these other nations, man. The philosophies, that wicked wine that they put out there. You see what I'm saying? So now the Lord got it to where these other countries, like he said in Isaiah the 14th chapter, and they all looking at them too. They sizing these devils up. Or thou become as weak as we. You go back 40, 50 years ago, you couldn't have these BRICS nations popping like they talking about getting rid of the dollar. And seeing the thing is, what happens with that, you know, since we mentioned that, go back to that real quick, right? Now this is I'm gonna just jump around, right? It says when the dollar does collapse, the consequences will be horrific. Okay, it's gonna be horrific, and Jake is not gonna be built for this. Jake was about to jump out the window because fucking a dozen of eggs was like what, $12 or whatever the case is. You see what I'm saying? And that's nothing. That's the tip of the iceberg, if you will. The calm before the storm. Shit is gonna really get turned up. And that's because the Lord is gonna shake shit up. And he's using his devil, like the scriptures say, the wicked, which is thy sword. He's using his devil, and he's gonna slay this devil. All right? He's gonna use him to sit there and bring all these austerities and things in. But in the midst of that, when everything is all haywire, you're gonna look up in the sky and you're gonna see it. Say, every eye shall see the Lord. When Yahweh Shai come back, Yahweh Shai come with the holy angels in those chariots, every eye is gonna see it. And that's gonna be game over, man. All right, they're gonna fuck up your Air Force. They're gonna destroy all the nations that are gathered together. All these nations talking about how tough they are. The army, millions of army people they got, all the weaponry that they got, all these missiles, the laser tech. Why do you think they're making laser technology, man? To try to go at the chariots, the angels. But it's not gonna work. It's not gonna fucking work, man. It says when the dollar does collapse, the consequences will be horrific. The cost to import goods will skyrocket because foreign companies will no longer want dollars. You see? And this was planned going back ages. That's why they came up with the Gold Act, the Silver Act. And now the so-called dollar is backed by nothing. Now it's damn near totally worthless, right? And this could happen overnight. All right? This could happen overnight. You could wake up and find out all the dollar bills that you got is worthless. You see, and that's when people gonna be fucked up. You're gonna go somewhere to try to buy something. They're like, nah, man, I can't. You know, and the brother found the clip. I think it was Bishop Hadnot, because he be finding them clips, boy. But when the guy ran the store and the lady was trying. He said, "Nah, I can't take that, man. You got to basically have that, you know what." And seeing Jake ain't gonna know what to do. They're gonna fuck around and sell out and get that. Yep. Isaiah the 30th chapter. There it go again, man. All right, there it go again. But it says our government will lose its ability to borrow at its current levels, forcing it to raise taxes. And taxes are already goddamn high. I renting, and there's a lot of people that's getting evicted too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people getting evicted all over the place. So this is, these be the days of vengeance. This is the time that's spoken about in the prophecy of Daniel's 12th chapter, that there should never ever be a time like it, or how worse it's gonna get, how bad it's gonna get out here. All right, this is that time. We living in it. We seeing it with our eyes. Those that are on the earth right now are witnessing it, man. All right, and the Most High is really the ultimate puppet master, not this devil. This devil don't have no power other than the power that was given to him by the Most High. All right, he's not free willing. Satan is not free willing and just, I snuck and stole some power from the Most High. You don't know I got it. I'm gonna give it to you, my son Esau. You go and destroy it. No, Satan took an order from the Most High, right? And these devils, they're set up. The Most High is controlling them. He's putting it in their mind to do the shit that they're doing, right? As the scriptures say. But anyway, it says forcing it to raise taxes or print money to cover its shortfalls. Inflation, and come on, how much more inflation are you gonna go? That's like you got one of those balloons, you put helium in it. All right, here the shit is stretched out big. It's about 100 times the size it's supposed to be. What you think eventually is gonna happen if you keep putting air inside a balloon? All right. It says the economy will pretty much collapse in the face of double-digit inflation, the shut-off of government spending, right? Yeah, in all these programs. That's why even the rent, the housing market, all that shit's just creeping up. And then that's why they got the big thing about, especially starting in the Empire State, the heart of Babylon, New York City, right? They said almost, they said a third of the population have moved, and most of them went down to Florida. That's why now you got the devils down there. They complaining about the New Yorkers coming down there with they bullshit or whatever. Yeah, man, there's a lot of shit that's about to go down, man. And only thing, like Isaiah 33:6, that's the only thing that's going to hold you down. Proverbs 11:4 said, riches profiteth not in a day of wrath. So, and then the scriptures speak about uncertain riches, man. See, Jake is all thinking about money. Now, yeah, you do need money right now because it's currency for now, but that's not where your heart should be at. That's not the goal. Trying to secure the bag and become a billionaire, millionaire. See, people respect people that have millions and billions. Jake got it all twisted, and that's because of the programming from the devil. The programming of the devil. This devil programmed Jake to think on that low frequency, man. So that way, in this day and age, Jake could get got. Remember, they don't want to see us back in power, man. And they know when Jake come into this truth and connect back to Yahweh Shai, the Lord come from heaven and overthrew all the wicked kingdoms before them. So they want to keep Jake stupid, right? But the Lord said, Romans 11 chapter, said he got that remnant, man, who have not bowed down the knee to Baal, man. But anyway, with that, Lord willing, if I go more into it, you know how it is, man. Hey, Salaki brothers, I be going, I have articles and don't get to all the stuff, man. And, I be wanting to get to it, but man, Salakia, get caught up with either health or work issues and bullshit and bad other shit. Y'all brothers know, cause y'all go through the same shit, man. But I pray that you brothers were edified though, through the spirit of Yahweh Shai. And Lord, as the Lord allow, I'm gonna continue to just keep putting it out, just like you brothers, just like we learned.